Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So yeah, busy with the Nissan, as you know. We're busy with the engine, putting the engine back together. Well, it's back now, but we still have to assemble everything. So anyway, just a quick update. We did install the engine. We still have a few things to do. The engine, it's standing on its own, so we don't need the engine noise or anything anymore. But we still have few things to do with the turbo, still with the intake, still a few things that need to get painted as well. But yeah, we are not too far from finished. Anyway, so you're gonna see in the video might be changing some clothes. The reason for that is I'm gonna try my best to take like maybe half an hour or hour a day to work on the car, as sometimes I'm gonna come knock off at 5 at work, and the other times I might only come off like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. So it's gonna be difficult times to work on the car. But for the times that I can, like I said, I will spend approximately half an hour to an hour a day, well, when I can, on the car, so that we can get the car up and running again. So problem number one, continuing with the car, something that I walked into and I left it because I was in a rush for Natasha's birthday party. But yeah, no more shortcuts. Now we're gonna do everything proper. So when I put the engine in, as you can see, I used this rope to pick up the engine and drop it down. This is what I used. But now, unfortunately, I dropped the engine with the rope underneath it. So now we can't get the rope out because the engine is leaning on top of the rope. So anyway, I've got my jack here. Here we go. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take the jack, just so you hear from the top. I'm gonna go down there on the bell housing between the engine and the gearbox. I'm just gonna pick that section up. Then it's just gonna pick up the whole engine, and then once I'm done with that, then I can remove the rope. As you can see, it's stuck and we can't leave it there, obviously not. So we need to get that out, and that's the first thing that we need to do tonight, is to get that out. As soon as that's out, you can check the engine mountings. The engine mountings, then we can tighten them. As you can see, that one is not tightened yet due to that's leaning on the rope. And then this side as well, we need to still tighten that one as well. And then I don't know if you can see it underneath there, you can see the rope, it's leaning against on the between the engine and the cross member, if that is what you call it. So we need to get that unstuck. As you can see, we've got everything all jacked up there on the bell housing. So just lifted the engine a bit, and then now when you go here to the top, I actually already started removing it that side. As you can see, now we've got the front side here, and now we can just take this side as well, loosen it up here from the branch. There we go. Now, just need to remove it from here. Now that we've got the rope removed, now we can just take the jack down, and then we can quickly fasten that bolt right there, and then as well as that engine mounting bolt right there. Okay, so we've got everything all fastened up, everything is sharp. There's not too much that I can do for now, but yeah, I'm going to continue. So obviously this is going to come here. I'm not going to put it up yet. I would like to go over to water cooling as well, from this pipe to go around in this side. Where is it? Here we go. There's a pipe here that you can go in there, and then again from this side it must run from here to there. But yeah, the big problem is the car is going to sit, I won't say for a while, but we'll have to figure out how to run the pipes without getting too close to the exhaust housing for it to burn or whatever. So that one I'm going to leave out for now. And then yeah, we still need to put the return pipe on for the turbo oil to go down. So it's not going to fasten the turbo yet. We still have to turn this turbo around, well, just up a bit, so that we can bring the intake pipes around here. We do have that. And then yeah, this side we have to join the wiring. Well, not join them, just make them a bit longer as it's short. Due to that, we've redone the sleeving. As you can see, the sleeving is nice and proper now. But now, before it gets too dark, I want to start with the intake manifold. I want to take it there to the back and start painting it. If we can get at least, I don't know, like a clear coat, well, not a clear coat, the primer on today, or at least one coat or two coats, I'll be quite happy. But yeah, then we can continue with another night. But like I said, I would really like just at least to get the intake painted. If the intake's painted and gets dark, it's fine. I still have some more lightning, then I can still continue with the wiring, as I would like to finish up with the wiring, tuck everything where it's supposed to be. And then once we put in the intake, then we know that the rest of the wiring is sharp. I mean, we can put the start on so long if you want to. We can put the alternator in as well if you want to. There's a lot of things that we can do. So yeah, like I said, I would like to push. It seems like it wants to come and rain. Hopefully it's not going to go and stop me. I don't know if you can see there at the back, it's getting quite darkish. So yeah, I'm going to try and push. I was hoping that it's going to be nice and warm when I get off of work, so that the paint can dry fast. But yeah, let's see what we can do. I don't really want to work in the rain, especially not if it's going to be thunders and all of those funny business. But let's see how far we can get, everything done and dusted. Maybe we're going to get finished, maybe not. I don't believe we're going to get finished. But yeah, let's not talk too much. Let's continue. Okay, so the intake's already been cleaned. As you can see, I've got my thinners there and my cloth there. I've already cleaned the intake. As you can see, it's nice and clean. No funny stories, no funny business. So yeah, I'm just going to start now with my primer, white primer. It's quite good. I like the quality of this. And then yeah, just going to give it one light coat, just so that we can have the whole base basically full of paint. Then we're going to leave it for approximately 15 minutes, and then we're going to carry on with the second coat. So we've got our first coat, or as they call it, the base coat, is all done. I'm just going to leave it for around 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Just let it dry a bit, and then we'll give it another coat. I think I'm going to give it maybe 2 coats, 3 coats. It's not too dark yet, so we're going to try and push. Yeah, like I said, maybe going to give it 10 minutes, then going to come and give it a second coat, and then give another 10 minutes and give it yeah, the last coat, third coat. So unfortunately it started raining. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, it started raining. But yeah, I was lucky enough to be able to give the intake 2 layers. As you can see, kind of looks quite nice and decent. I know here's a bit of a smudge, but that's why I grabbed it, to get out of the rain. Like I said, for me, it doesn't look too bad. There's here and there a spot that I've missed. I won't say I've missed, but it would have been a spot that I would have covered definitely with a third coat. But as you can see, looks kind of nice, looks kind of proper. There's a bit of water there. I'm just going to leave it so it can dry by itself. Or maybe I should just take a cloth and just pat it. I don't want it to fall. If it's going to fall and hit that window, it's definitely going to break it. So yeah, just going to leave it. I'll check the next time when I knock off early again from work. Then maybe just give it another clear coat. Well, not a clear coat, primer, just one last layer, just to make sure that I've covered all the spots. And then I'll give it its final color. And it's going to become yellow, like the engine. I don't know if you've noticed. As you can see, we started at the bottom with yellow. Then we moved to orange. Then we moved to yellow. And then because it's orange, we moved to yellow. And then from yellow to orange. Then from orange to yellow. Same with the brackets. I would have liked to finish up that engine mounting as well with the pink, but unfortunately due to circumstances I couldn't. So yeah, now the intake is gonna become pink. We're gonna make the intake pink. While that's busy drying and it's still a bit light-ish, but yeah, it's becoming dark and it's becoming cold. I'm gonna see if I can finish up with the wiring. We put on the light here. Maybe I'm gonna fit the starter. As soon as I fit the starter, finish up the wiring for the starter, so I know that's all done and proper. And then from the starter, I'm gonna move over to the oil pressure sensor. As you can see, here's that wire for it, and that one's supposed to go in there all around it. I don't know if you can see, but it's a bit short, so I'll have to extend that, and then from there maybe fit the alternator. And then once the alternator is on, I can do the wiring for the alternator. And if this bottom wiring is done, then we can basically put on the intake. And then it's only small things like the plumbing that we still need to do. But that's fast because that's already done. We still have it from the old setup. But yeah, what we're going to do now, I'll show you now. I think I'm going to fit the starter first. And then we go on to what's next. Okay, so another day. Anyway, we're gonna continue. We did paint the intake now 2 layers of primer. So as you can see, it's still daylight. It just came from work now. Just got some other clothes on. Yeah, just gonna dust this off, and then we're gonna take it to the back again so that we can go over to the color that we wanted. I would like to get that done now today, get that painted up, and then once that's done, it's becoming a bit darkish, and then I'll show you how far I got here in the engine bay itself. So let's go and paint this bad boy. Yay! So here we've got our beautiful white intake, and as you can see, we're gonna make it a shocking yellow. It looks really nice. Sorry, just mix it a bit. So now I'm gonna give it first coat. I'm gonna give it just a light fast, as you can see, just a fast layer, not too much so it can stick. And then once I'm done with the first layer, we're gonna give it around 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then we're gonna go over to the second layer. Should we finish up with the first layer? And here we go, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's only the first coat. So we're gonna give it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then we're gonna go over to the second coat. Sorry, that's the first coat. We're going over now to the second coat. So let's go, 1, 2, 3, second coat, done. As you can see, there's a second coat. Now unfortunately it's still wet, so yeah, or the third coat, second coat, third coat, doesn't matter. So I'm gonna leave it a bit, just around 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna do the last coat. I'm gonna let it dry, then we're gonna go over to a clear coat. So for now we are done here on the intake. Let me go and show you there by the Nissan what we've done that side so far, but for now I'm gonna say the intake is done so that we can continue that side. So we've got the intake all painted up. As you can see there, it still needs a clear coat, so I'll probably paint that the next time when I'm coming off early. We've got Eugene here as well as his brother and his girlfriend's brother, well, his wife's brother as well. Ja, ek het al nog gewoond raak aan daai vir YouTube. Anyway, so yeah, we're busy fitting the starter now, and then we're gonna go over to the alternator, and then from there we're probably just gonna do the wiring, fit the wiring, and check the small fiddles and things that must be done. We did have some small problems with fitting the starter due to that back plate being in the way of the bottom bolt, so I didn't want to take the bottom bolt, but at least now we've got it in. As you can see, now it's nice and stiff. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, that's done now at least. So we're going to hook up that wiring now, and then we're going to move over to the alternator. As you can see, the alternator is already in. We'll just put the bracket up and then wire the alternator, and then from there we'll check what's going next. I'm not going to put the intake on tonight. As I said, I have to put a clear coat on it first, as it's quite mattish, the color itself. So yeah, we want to paint it the clear coat so it gives it the more glossy look like the rest of the engine. As you can see, it's really glossy. So we finally fit the intake as well. As you can see, everything is nice and pretty up. The starter is fine. We still have to wire the alternator as well. Unfortunately, we can't go further than what we are now. Eugene is going to take the throttle body. We've got a big boost leak in the throttle body, so he's going to fix that. And then as well, we can't fit the injectors yet with the fuel rail because he's going to build new spacers for us because we've lost one previously. And so now we're going to build new ones out of aluminium or stainless steel or whatever, Teflon. So we're just going to build a bit better ones than that we've got. So unfortunately, we cannot continue further than what we are now. Well, we can, but we want to make sure we go from the bottom, work everything up as we fit everything, just to make sure that we do have the proper measurement for everything.
And not to see each miss.
And yeah, and like Eugene says now, so we don't miss anything. So it's better to work from one side to another. And then at the end of the day, I mean, we don't have to go back and front because we are missing something. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it if you've watched the full video. And then yeah, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. As you can see, we've got a lot of things that we still need to do, still have on our hands. And this is a fun build so far. I mean, if you've been following the YouTube channel since if you've followed the channel since the beginning, I mean, you saw we began, me and Eugene began with a video. It's been a long way. Now we're gonna bring some updates on Gina's Master as well. It's got a 323 Master with the Master FE engine in it. I think you did see it before, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll make a nice full video for you guys soon, so you can also check that out. So Gina's gonna follow us with the Scirocco when we go drag racing. Gina's gonna follow us with his Master. So we're gonna go together, the Scirocco and the Master. And then when we're gonna go drifting, I'm gonna take the lovely Tourer ZX. As you can see, it's coming now with a bang. And then he's gonna go with his BMW E46 328 that is gonna be joining us soon as well. So there's a lot of things that's gonna start happening soon. I mean, there's a lot of things. But yeah, like I said, don't forget to subscribe, and then we'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy, God bless, and sleep tight.